I didn't take up shooting until I was 24. I was in Salisbury, I learned how to shoot at a small range, did a bit of fun shooting, and then joined another club, and somebody said, well, you could be in the national squad. So I said, well, what's that? And anyway, within a year I was in the national squad for Great Britain, and then I started competing internationally, but this was mostly with 2.2 handguns, which were legal at that time. And I went to several World Cups in 86 and 87, and then I got selected for the Olympics in 88 in Seoul. And I competed for Great Britain for 10 years. And I shot for England once at the Commonwealth Games in 1994, which was actually the first time they had ladies events there. And I got a silver medal there and bronze in our pairs events. So I did a personal best at the Olympics, so I was pleased with that. Came 11th. The top 8 go through to a final, so that was quite, well, better than expected. And I hold a British record in that particular discipline, 25 metre ladies pistol. After Dunblane, yes, they changed the law completely. It was partly a political thing because there was an election going on, but they banned handguns completely. And that was 1997, so I actually gave up because that was the one I enjoyed most. So I didn't want to carry on with air pistol only. And I came back about 10 years later because somebody persuaded me to come into coaching. And I wasn't very keen to start with, but actually I then found I really enjoyed it. So I then came back and I coached one of our girls who was at the London Olympics, and also the girls that competed at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2014. And yes, my spare time now is spent coaching because I retired about 4 years ago. In fact, what the girls are shooting today is exactly the same as I shot, but it's shot with an air pistol rather than a 2.2 gun. It's exactly the same course of fire. It's a much lighter trigger. There's no recoil on the gun. It's a lot cheaper to do it as well because bullets are very expensive. No, it's very good training for. If they get to a certain standard, then they'll be considered for a 2.2 gun. We've got some of the stiffest gun laws in the world, so actually people don't shoot this event. They shoot it with a 2.2 pistol. If you go to any other country, some of our teams in fact, some of the girls shooting today have just come back from the Nordic Championships in Finland, where the same match was being shot with a 2.2 pistol, but they couldn't compete because they don't have them. It's very difficult. We have got one shooter who's shooting extremely well at the moment, Sam Gowan, and Sam's doing very well. He might make it to Paris in 2024, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. He's in the army, so that does give him an advantage because he has much more time to actually train. And we at the moment, the Home Office only allow us to shoot those guns at Bisley. So for people who live a long way away, it's difficult for them to train, whereas I could train in my home range in the evenings.